In today's video, we have quite a bit to go over. Sony suggesting that they want playing PlayStation 5 games to be as easy as Netflix, which means that they want to streamline the process of gamers accessing their games quite a bit. Also, a studio that I'm a big fan of, Avalanche Studios, reorganizes, teases new title from the Generation Zero team. We'll go over that. And Freedom Finger is a brand new PS4 game that just came out, a music-driven side-scrolling shooter that sends you blasting and punching through 40 levels of crazy action. It's a game not a lot of people talked about, but it was received really well on PC, came out on PS4 yesterday. We'll go over that at the end of this video. But first up, yesterday we also talked about the PlayStation 5's operating system, and it sounds like it's really going to prioritize speed and efficiency above all else. And of course, they have a high-end SSD, and that's been one of the standout components of the PlayStation 4 when we heard about its system specifications, is that SSD sounds really incredible, and it's probably going to set the PlayStation 5 apart from a lot of other platforms that we've seen in the past. Well, we got even more insight into the operating system and overall Sony's idea and their plan going into the release of the PS5 and how they want the user experience to be. This is coming from Kotaku's Jason Schreier, noting, quote, "I have heard some fascinating things about the PS5's operating system like this one. One of the pitches they've been making to developers is playing a PS5 game should be as easy as Netflix. They want to make players feel like they can load up the game immediately and know exactly how much time a given activity is going to take them." The idea behind the idea behind this, I should say, would be to actually give consumers a way to gauge how much time that they can spend in a game, get something done, because not everybody is going to be able to block out, 2 to 3 hours at a time to sit down and really play a game. Hey, I know some people go on their 8-hour-long gaming expeditions or whatever, but some people only have 15-30 minutes before work or before they have to do one of their errands or whatever the case may be, and they just want to get in a game or do whatever. And if you offer some insight, if you offer a way to make the game very accessible and allow people to understand how much time they need to spend doing certain activities, well, that would actually be a great user addition. Again, elements like this is not going to be something that sells people on the platform, but it drives up user engagement, and that's ultimately the goal out of any console. That's why these consoles exist. You can think about the exclusives, you can rationalize it whatever you want. They could sell these games on any other platform. However, the effectiveness of putting a game on an exclusive box is so you can get gamers and consumers engaged on that box, get invested into that ecosystem, and then spend a lot more money within that ecosystem. And accessibility is a driving key factor about that. And I actually go back to Wired Magazine, and they hinted at what's to come as well. Thanks for a Reddit user in TechFan93 for pointing this out. But Wired noted the PlayStation 4's bare-bones home screen at times feels frozen in amber. You see what your friends have recently done, or even what game title they might be playing at the moment, but without launching an individual title, there's no way to tell what single-player missions you could do or what multiplayer matches you can join. The PS5 will change that. Even though it'll be fairly fast to boot games, we don't want the player to have to boot the game, see what's up, boot the game, see what's up. Multiplayer game servers will provide the console with the set of joinable activities in real time. Single-player games will provide information like what missions you could do and what rewards you might receive for completing them, and all of these choices will be visible in UI. As a player, you just jump right into whatever you like. So also remember that we've been living in this era where we're accustomed to booting up games, seeing what's what, and we're going through that with a standard mechanical drive. Already, immediately with the PS5, you are streamlining that process by introducing an ultra-fast SSD. However, they want to take it one step. They're doubling down and they're coupling both of these elements and creating this streamlined operating system alongside an SSD, and that's coming as a double whammy in one single console generational leap. That is going to make the overall experience, I feel, a lot more accessible and a lot more friendly on time management. I don't know how big of a factor this is for a lot of people. Personally speaking, when I play a game, usually I block a certain amount of time to play a game. I'm not really into the 15-20 minute quick bursts of games, but hey, that's only one man's opinion. Your opinion might completely differ. You might have kids, you might have a very demanding job, whatever the case may be, and you're trying to get games in the little block of time that you can. And if you are like that, let us know in the comments below. I'm actually interested to hear from you guys, because I hear from a lot of you guys saying, oh, I have kids, I have a job too, it's really hard to figure out when I can sit down and actually play games. But making games more streamlined, not only does it make it easier for time management. But also think about this. I know that there's been times where you guys sit down and you're like, man, do I really want to get into a game right now? I gotta click that X button, I gotta go through all of the loading screens, and then I gotta start exploring. Well, what if they just completely streamline that process, and the time spent from you getting into a game and getting out of a game, that's a lot quicker from the get-go as well. So it almost incentivizes people to actually start playing more games, especially because if right off the bat you understand what you're getting yourself into. You might get into a game and you really don't know what to expect, and then you start playing it and you're like, do I really want to do this right now? Then you boot off the game and then you go to bed or whatever. I know stuff like that happens because it's happened to me many times. And it's happened anecdotally to a lot of people I know as well. So I think this is something that will be more advantageous, and we'll see the ramifications of it when it actually comes to fruition. Maybe me just explaining it doesn't do it justice, but I do actually think that this is going to be quite a nice addition to the PS5 and the overall interface and the accessibility of the console. Alright, moving on from that, I do also want to talk about Avalanche Studios, one of my favorite studios in gaming, although they are a little bit inconsistent these days, but they have reorganized and they are teasing a new title from the Generation Zero studio, and you can watch the ominous and dangerous teaser trailer. Avalanche Studios is reorganized under the new name of Avalanche Studios Group. The group is split into 3 divisions. You've got Avalanche Studios, the developer behind the Just Cause series, Rage 2, and Mad Max, located in Stockholm and New York, founded in 2003, and has since been established itself at the forefront of innovative open-world game development. Then you have Expansive Worlds, the developer behind The Hunter, located in Stockholm, founded in 2010, and became a leading developer in the outdoor genre. And then you have Systemic Reaction, the developer behind Generation Zero, located in Malmo. It should be noted that while Generation Zero was released for PS4, Xbox One, and PC in March of 2019 under the Avalanche Studios name, Systemic Reaction is the development team's new name as of this reorganization, so that's rather interesting. A statement was put out: since 2003, we have built a sustainable AAA business, and over the past 5 years, we have branded our portfolio with our self-published games. That's coming from Avalanche Studios Group CEO Pilm Hoff in a press release. Transitioning to Avalanche Studios Group and its 3 divisions marks the start of a new era. Although we have expanded to 3 creative divisions, our singular focus is to bring immersive open-world experiences to millions of players around the globe. Systemic Reaction also released an ominous and dangerous 29-second teaser trailer for an unannounced title, so whatever that could be, that looks rather interesting. Avalanche Studios, I really like what they bring to the table. However, I understand that some of their games aren't absolute home runs. Generation Zero did not start as a great game. It has gotten a lot of updates, and it's been getting better and better. Just Cause 4, another game in that same realm where it came out, wasn't that great from the get-go, but then it is getting better and better. Generation Zero, of course, done by Systemic Reaction, and then Just Cause 4 done by the Avalanche Group, so it's a little bit different now that that has been directly spelled out for us. But then you look at games like Just Cause 2, you look at games like Mad Max, they have done some stellar games, and I think there's a lot of potential in Avalanche going forward. But something like this, a rebrand that does give them a little bit of a fresh start, I do think that is going to pay dividends for them. We'll see how it turns out. Ultimately, it's going to be determined upon the fact of can they deliver some quality experiences, because I think they're right on the fringe. One more lackluster game and that would be really detrimental to them. Their next game really needs to be not necessarily an absolute home run, just an engaging and promising title, maybe another open world adventure. It seems like they still have a big focus on that, so we'll see how that turns out. Lastly, I do want to go over to the fact that Freedom Finger came out on PlayStation 4 yesterday. This is a game that's going pretty under the radar, done by Wide Right Interactive. This came out back in September of 2019 on PC, and it was received very well with a positive reception, 24 Steam user reviews, 100% positive, and it notes Freedom Finger is a music-driven side-scrolling shooter that sends you blasting and punching through 40 levels of crazy action, starring Nolan North, of course, John Diamago, and Sam Regil, soundtrack by A$AP Rock, Red Fang, Comtrues, Power Trip, Ty Segall, and many, many more. Definitely has an old-school cartoony look, but that is a look that I can definitely get behind. It's very charming in design as well. Again, a unique soundtrack, fight your way through 40 levels, a wide selection of difficulty settings as well, whether you want to chill and enjoy the story or crank the difficulty for a butt-blasting ridiculous challenge, they've got you covered. And a highly satirical storyline that explores hot-button topics such as communism, US foreign policy, sriracha sauce, and crafting in video games. So yes, it's tackling all of those topics that you guys have always wanted to see explored. But nonetheless, Freedom Finger is out right now, $14.99. Again, not getting a lot of attention. The PlayStation blog has a post out out about it. It looks like a rather interesting title, maybe not one to pick up right away, but once it's on sale, south of $5, south of $10, whatever your price point for buying this game is, maybe it'll be worth a pickup then. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Sony, according to Jason Schreier, wants playing PS5 games to be as easy as Netflix. Essentially, I think they're going for a very accessible and user time-friendly experience, which I do think is gonna be something that will be great, and we're gonna understand the ramifications of it as we see this OS play out. Avalanche Studios has reorganized, and now they're teasing a new title from the Generation Zero studio, and Freedom Finger, a brand new cartoony shooter, 2D platformer, whatever you want to call it, that is out right now on the PS4. It came out yesterday, so do have your eyes on that. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.